Hi guys, here is Aurelian Emaker, System.io founder. I am pumped to have you here with me today because in this course I'm gonna teach you how I went from pretty much broke to a multi-millionaire. This stuff absolutely changed my life and I hope it can do the same for you. So just to make sure we are on the same page, so that's not a magic bullet, right? Success takes hard work and dedication. But like when I was a teenager, one day I was playing basketball and I shot a 3-point basket, and a guy said, "Oh, that was luck." And I was like, "Is it?" I mean, I'm practicing like almost every day. At that time, I loved basketball, so I was like, maybe it's because I've been practicing. All right, so yeah, maybe part of that was luck, but it's also because I've been practicing. So there is a quote from Thomas Jefferson that says, "I'm a great believer in luck, and I find the harder I work, the more I have of it." So that's the idea here, guys. It's that there is no sure path to success, but you can definitely like increase the odds of you succeeding. Okay, and that's what you're gonna do. Like you're gonna do the right things to make sure that you have the most chances to succeed. Okay, so 15 years ago, I read a book that changed my life. It's funny, like I bought that second-hand book. I think it costed me like €2. Okay, it's like, I don't know, two dollars 50. Um, and the title was funny. It was like how to make more money. All right, and at that time I was like a young employee, right? I had started working. I had found out about personal development, and I was excited about it. And I found this book, and in this book there were two main pieces of advice that I'm gonna give you. All right, in part one, and they absolutely changed my life. So just a simple book led me to actually go to Australia, start my first business, and led me to where I am today. So just two simple pieces of advice can change my life. And in this course, you have so much more because since I read this book, I did a lot of things. I learned so much things, and I tried to pack all this in this course that I hope it's gonna be like maybe 1 to 1.5 hour long. Okay, so you have to know that I started from scratch. So I'm French. I grew up in a tough neighborhood north of Paris. Actually, I'm gonna show you. So this is the neighborhood where I grew up. So my mom was a school director. So we were living right next to this, I think it's called Project, And yeah, it was, yeah, like issues with drugs, violence. And yeah, it wasn't, I mean, we were right above broke, I'd say. So, like once, my mom, she took me, so she raised me by herself, and she took me and she drove up to a bank where she applied for a loan, and the lady was very rude with my mom. I was feeling like, yeah, very uncomfortable, and my mom started crying. She took me by the hand. We went outside, and we just left, and I felt humiliated. I felt bad. I thought that I hated bankers, so I don't hate bankers. I think it's a boring job, but there you need banks, you need bankers. So yeah, but yeah, I was like, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 or 8, and yeah, it felt really bad. Um, so I studied. I got a degree in a public university in France. So that's where you go when you're not like a very good student. But still, I got a degree. Started out as a regular employee, And today my net worth is well over 20 million US dollars. All right. So I've started 4 businesses in my life and I've never failed because I applied a very simple strategy that I will teach you in part 2 about becoming an entrepreneur. And I think that anyone can succeed. I'm going to teach you everything that I learned. And again, there is no sure path to success. But if you do the right thing, you put the chances on your side, right? It becomes more probable that you succeed, and that's how you should approach life, right? You should do everything you can to succeed, and then hope for the best, because again, stuff can happen. But yeah, that's the game. So my advice, it's very important, go through this entire course, please. You can listen to it while you're going for a walk, exercising, washing the dishes, doesn't matter. But it's important, start what you finish. No one does it all the time. Me too. It's normal, but try to go through this entire course. That's important, at least. I mean, even if you listen to it like 5 to 10 minutes per day, like in 1 week, in 10 days, it will be over. So it's not the end of the world. Again, you can do it while you're commuting, while you're exercising, having a walk, running, washing the dishes. It's totally fine. I would advise you to take notes. I'm a big note taker. And it's funny, recently I was listening to someone who was a big note taker, and he was saying like, I don't take notes so I can read them later. I take notes so I can forget about it, and I thought that was like right on point. And yeah, I'm a big note taker. I used Evernote for years. It's actually a pretty bad software. I would recommend instead using Notion that I use now, but you have plenty, Mac notes, whatever works for you. So please go through this entire course. I really believe that it's very valuable. And yeah, let's get started. So in part 1, we're gonna see how to raise your intrinsic value and your income. Okay, you can start making more only with the stuff in part 1. In part 2, we will see how to become an entrepreneur. That's the next step. You want to take control of your life, of your freedom, of your time. In part 3, we will see how to become an investor. I've invested in different fields. I will tell you exactly. I'm gonna be very upfront. I'm very upfront with what I've achieved, what I'm doing. So you will see everything, and I got a conclusion for you where I will share, some very interesting insight after having been on this journey for over 10 years. So let's get started with part 1 about how to raise your intrinsic value.